Good morning. Well, today is July. It's definitely Sunday, and I'm gonna guess, I think it's around the 19th. So yeah, Sunday, July the 19th. Pretty much sure of that. We're starting at the bottom of the Niagara Escarpment, Blue Mountain. We have about 1,000 foot of elevation gain over the next 2 kilometers to take us to a side trail. That side trail is going to lead us deep into the forest for hopefully some interesting woodland photography today. So today is pretty much woodland photography, the countryside, across this little dirt road that I'm starting out on. You can see the cornfields really starting to develop now. Wow. In fact, the corn is still very, very green, but it's now showing tassels on the top of the stalks. That's a great sign. A healthy crop. Hey, Gary here. Gary Clayton Photography. Welcome to my channel. Well, it's our channel, because without you guys, there would be no channel. Anyhow, so yeah, 1,000 foot elevation gain up to the top of the Niagara Escarpment, Blue Mountain, Collingwood, Ontario, in search of just, you know what, we're always searching for that perfect image, but after years and years and years and years and countless images that I think, my God, that is amazing, and a lot more images that I think, what the hell was I thinking? Still haven't found the perfect image. I think a part of me thinks, hopes I never will, because if I did find it, then what would I be searching for? Bugs are out, but I have bug spray in my pack. We're okay. Hey, we got quite an ascent to hike this morning, so without any further ado, let's get to it. Hot, humid, sticky. Here in Ontario, we've been experiencing, probably for the last, wow, well, actually several weeks. It's got to be 4 or 5 weeks now. Just hot, easy, humid days each and every day. I think pretty much every day there's been government weather heat warnings in effect pretty much every single day. Today is no exception to that rule. Today with the humidex, we are jumping into somewhere in the mid 40s on the Celsius scale, with an actual temperature of, I think, somewhere around 34 degrees on the Celsius scale. Not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. You know what, that 34 got to be pushing 90, 92 maybe, not sure, but high humidity. Not sure if you can see on the GoPro, but as this climb continues, the sweat has just been rolling off me. Anyhow, another thing I'd like to mention to you guys while I've got you here, and again, thank you for tuning in this morning. For those of you who do not know, I do have a second YouTube channel, a trail named Jasper. That's pretty much more about the actual hiking, other than photography. However, hiking and landscape photography does pretty much go hand in hand. Wow. Anyhow, having said that, I just finished about 5 days ago, a through hike on a long distance hike referred to or known as the Ganaraska Trail here in Ontario. So again, on my channel, on my second channel, trail named Jasper, do go ahead, check that out. I'm not sure if I figured out how to put a link to that video up yet, because YouTube has changed things. And even though I do have to spend quite a bit of time on the computer editing images, editing video, uploading and publishing my videos. Whenever changes come to the programming, I'm usually quite slow to get on top of those changes. So if I can add a link, well, I am doing. If not, hey, search trail name Jasper and take a look at part 1 of hiking the Ganaraska Trail. I just wanted to fill you in on that this morning. Of course, today's video is all about what I really love to do, photography, especially landscape photography. Wow. Beautiful forests, dense, chaotic, all around me now. But it's a beautiful day. Keep going. We reached at the summit of the Niagara Escarpment. Absolutely beautiful. Clouds starting to build. Still getting a little bit of sun poking through here and there. The weather system that's moving in today is quite a severe cold front. So the weatherman says severe thunderstorms moving through, probably around, hard to say, maybe around 10, 11 o'clock this morning. Right now, it's around 8:30, maybe 8:45. So this is how much time we have available to us to search for and capture the woodland scene that we're looking for today. The trail right now is hard-packed mud. Beautiful greenery, but way, way, way too dense. We need this trail to open up. We need the forest to thin out a little bit. Take a look-see. Once the forest thins out, then can we start to look for that woodland image that we're searching for today. But right now, as you can see, it's a thick, dense forest. Okay, let's move on down this trail and let's see what we can indeed find today for that image. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, now the first image of today is actually going to be the trail itself. As it meanders through the forest, a little bit of a dip, a left turn, and just over the brow of that little hill, it suggests a slight right turn and a descent. A little bit of light coming through here and there, light in the distance, a steady shade in the foreground. You know what? We are set up on my tripod. Hey, I'm using my Canon 50D today. I'm using my Canon 24 to 70mm f4 lens, which I love for many, many, many things. We are bracketing the exposure. We have a 30mm focal length. Let's just see what the rest of the settings are going to be for this particular shot. What are we set at? Well, we have f11, ISO 100. It's giving us 1/3 of a second. We're bracketed to 1 1/2 stop over 3 images. 2-second timer. And there it is. There's my first image of the day, all ready to download into the computer for Lightroom to create, well, whatever image we do create from that. And you know, whatever we do create from that, we're going to pop it up right now to look at. I love bracketing my shots. I love HDR, but I also like mainly having the data of the 1 1/3 under, 1 1/3 over, and what my camera tells me is correctly exposed. Once I've set the focus, I switch to manual focus. I'm on the tripod. I switch the stabilization off, and I capture my image. Hey, let's keep going down the trail. Let's see what else we can find today. Yeah. So as I'm coming down the trail, I noticed up here some quite interesting looking trees. Interesting insofar as their textures, shapes, and colors are adding contrast to the woodland. Something to look at, a point of interest. A focal point, if you will. Obviously, not the most amazing woodland shot we've ever seen, but still, I have the tripod set up, and you know what? I am going to try to look at this in a little closer and see if we can come up with a composition, because I do kind of like what I'm seeing. Not amazing, but certainly worth setting up for. You know what? The worst image you'll ever take is the one you don't take. Okay, so you always try. Take the shot. If you don't take the shot, you definitely don't have the image. Okay, let's set up on the tripod. Let's take a look at this particular scene. Let's see if we can work with something from the contrast and the colors of the trees. Okay, so we're set up on the tripod, again with my Canon 50D. Now, let's take a look at the settings. Wow. Well, ISO 100, this time f8. It's not quite the depth of the first image we took. Shutter speed of 1 second. Focal length of 24mm. Bracketed to, let me see what we're bracketed to. Looks like about 1 1/3 stop each way. 2-second timer. 3 images. Hey, there you go. So, okay, so there, second shot in the bag. Not quite wide enough at 24mm. Don't underestimate the power of your basic kit lens. Dollar for dollar, it's probably the best lens you'll ever buy. 18 to 55mm, I'm going to pop this on, give me a little bit more width. We'll see what we can do with that. Stand by. Okay, we've changed to our kit lens. Again, stabilization turned off, focused, and then manual focus. 18mm focal length, as wide as I can go. Bracketed with a 2-second timer, bracketed to 1 stop under, 1 stop over, 3-shot sequence. Boom. There is my image. So, second location, third image of the day. This one, as wide as I can go. Years ago, I used to do real estate photography, and I was much wider for the interior rooms and so on of the real estate properties. I don't do real estate anymore, and I sold what was that? I believe I used a 10 to 22mm. Sometimes I regret selling that lens because you know what? For a day like today, that would have been a great tool to have. Secondly, then I was also shooting full frame at that time. And now I'm shooting crop center again. So, hey, but you know what? The 18 to 55 mil, just to review, that is buck for buck, dollar for dollar, probably the best lens that you'll ever own for the price point. This particular one, I picked this up used off eBay, USA, for $75 Canadian, delivered to my house, mint condition, like new, crisp, sharp. You know what, $75 lens. And yet here I am, creating images that will eventually go into galleries to be offered for sale. And I sell a lot of images, so, you know, you don't need to necessarily spend thousands. Look at the lens I was using before that, my 24 to 70 f4. That's about $1,000 Canadian lens. Big difference in price. But also, there is a difference in quality. But you know what? We're okay. The kit lens is an amazing lens for the money. Don't underestimate it. Okay. The trail brings us out to this absolutely beautiful lake. And where the trail comes out, there's like a small grassy area with a picnic table, and people are actually swimming there, which is perfect. A beautiful day to swim. You can probably hear the children playing in the GoPro. And yet, just a few feet away, tranquility. But you know what? We're not here today to particularly photograph this lake. The sky getting much more ominous as those thunderstorms rumble in the distance, far off distance, but I can hear them. The storm's coming, the cold front's coming. It's going to be a violent storm. There's a huge temperature difference between the two systems. Wow. Let's just explore for a little bit longer. Okay, so I did decide on just one shot, maybe two, of this water scene. And right below me, just about, where is it now? Somewhere over here on the GoPro is a log. It's got a little bit of growth on it. It's protruding out into the water. I'm zooming in, I'm homing in, I'm focusing in on that particular log. A little bit of water, reeds in the background, a few bushes in the foreground. I went back to my 24 to 70 mil lens. I have a 0.6 ND filter attached to the end of my lens. My settings, well, along with the ND filter and my settings, I want to slow things down a bit. f16 ISO 100, it's giving me 1/3 of a second, 2-second timer. There is that shot. Hey, simple, easy, and you know what? Granted, not the most amazing shot in the world, but you know, it's great experience, it's great practice, it's great to be out in the wilderness hiking. Those thunderstorms, they are moving closer and closer and closer as we speak. I can hear the rumbling getting closer and closer and closer. So we are going to be packing up from here. We are going to be heading back the way we came. It's 5 kilometers or so back to the car. I do have my rain gear in my backpack. Chances are we will get rain. But you know, what a gorgeous little place to be. Definitely coming back. Hey, nothing wrong with today at all. Well, I think right from the get-go this morning, there was no way I was going to beat this storm. The lightning, the thunder, monsoon rain, about 5 kilometers back to my car. Oh well, something I say a lot. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. What an absolutely amazing day for landscape photography. Hey, out in the woodlands, a little bit of a water scene, and you know what? It's been a blast. Gary here, Gary Klein Photography. Thank you so much for watching my channel today. Please like, share, comment, and if you haven't already, do subscribe. Let's sit back, let's have a cup of coffee, let's look at a couple of images from today. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.